You know, before YouTube fucked it all up, I had the greatest job in the world, opening for Hypnocast every night.
But then we got the call, and YouTube hammered us for Moxie's tits.
So now I'm jobless and broke with nowhere to go.
Your phone ringing.
Oh,
Your
the phone
ringing.
is ringing.
Big boy, come pick up your phone. How you know pick up your phone, your phone?
Hello, this is the Gopher. Who is it?
Hello, Gopher. The time is now. Hypnocast Season 3 is here, and we want you back.
Holy shit, boys, we are back in business. That son of a bitch is gonna scream any minute now. Let the show begin.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Probably all agree you can't cut 12-year-old Timmy's cock off.
Yeah. I like how you said cut for like half a second.
Yeah. Well, it's cut and cock, and it came out cuck, and yeah, that's. Whoops! Oh fuck! Oh no! Mistakes were made.
He's been waiting in the shadows patiently.
I just smashed JT the fuck out of this.
Your face is turning red.
Yeah, because I know that the next SNH I'm gonna be fucked.
Oh yeah.
But at least I
With a
won't be
horse
fucked.
cock.
That's an unknown part of the map, so I didn't see it yet. Could I survive if I jump? Nope. Nope. Nope.
America the greatest country in the world?
No.
If you were offered a one-way ticket to leave the country, never come back, but it's all expenses paid, would you accept that offer?
I don't think that I would leave. I wouldn't leave either.
Wow. Oh, I just, it's okay. I did that. I took him with me. Oh, shit.
Yo.
It's always the black people holding everybody else down.
Time out. All right. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Tired of this shit. This communist ass game, whatever. This doesn't want
Somebody
me to play.
else got it. You didn't get in.
Yeah, it's just a lot of racism today. All right. Y'all have fun. I'll just continue to watch and go concede.
Sounds good.
And look at this motherfucker pretending he's gonna watch more Stranger Things.
Yeah, you know he's gonna watch Stranger Things all day. Either that or like some game or something.
Doesn't mean I don't have my phone next to me. You know?
Watching porn.
That's tomorrow. Okay, bye.
MILF Hunters Part 14.
Now, Hypno, I could have hit you with a shuriken. I opted not to because I'm a good friend.
That's fucked up, you liar. You're a liar. You're an absolute liar. You're a liar. I knew it. Never trust white people.
Thank you, and I wouldn't have done it. You could have said thank you, but you said like, yeah,
Because I knew you were going to do it. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right, we are live, boys. We are live, we are live, we are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do any of that, you got to bring it in close. Let's go. I want to be uncomfortably close. Hey, I'm moving. Yeah, I know. Shocker. I'm moving. Shocker. Bring it in close. Let's go. Hurry up. Let's go. Let's go. Bring it. The funds are almost full. Oh, shit. I did reset it. Oh, well, it is what it is. Bring it in close. Come on. Hurry up. Hurry up. I'm here, boss. Clearly, you're not. Hurry up and listen very closely. If you are watching on YouTube, like the stream. Like it. Now. If you are watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you are watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else, you suck. Just kidding. Like the stream regardless. Don't let it happen to you. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, boys? What are we checking today, man? What's going on? What are we checking? We got a lot. Listen, we got a lot we got to talk about today. All right, there's so much happening today. It's insane. We got some cool new indie games to go over. We got some cool new fucking... I actually got a really cool clip I want to show you that I found on Twitter. I thought it was pretty cool. But what else are we checking? What are we... Don't touch me check? Oh, my God. Come on, it's a hug. You kind of have to get touched a little bit. Don Lemon for prison check? Where the fuck did that come from? Birthday check? Everybody wish Scrap Gamer... Right now, let me try to break up the chat. Hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at? The chat's moving fast. Fuck. Where'd you go, Scrap Gamer? Don't disappear on me, no. No, I can't find the chat. All right, I can't find it. I'm sorry, Scrap Gamer. Everybody throw some cake emojis in the chat. For Scrap Gamer, happy birthday, my man. That's awesome. Excited to see that. What else are we checking? Don't update Windows 11 yet, check. Jeff Bezos wants to take our PCs away, check. What else is... what? Obituary for Marathon check. Oh, we're going to talk about that today. I don't think I put it in the title, but we're going to talk about Marathon today. What else are we checking? Protect ass and motorboat from BioT Wolf check. BioT Wolf will motorboat you no matter what protection you have. It is what it is. Down 12 pounds since the middle of the last month check. Nice job, old man cat. That is fucking awesome. Congratulations on that. Keir Starmer is a bastard check. The grilled chicken sandwich with seasonal fries on the side check. Maximum loyalty check. Dong lemon check. What else? Playing Forza 5 with a nephew check. That's awesome. Have fun with that. Getting my Steam Deck today check. Very nice, Demon Carol. I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited for you. All right, boys, listen. Our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded. Like the stream. Let's do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who is in this chat right now. Aside from former Kotaku Eurydice, Black Samurais, that unfortunately did exist at one point but no longer do, and people that swear I was not going to fix my camera, and yet I told you I was going to fix it in one day, and here we are. Here we are. I had to go buy another one. That sucked. That really sucked, but that's okay. Who do we got in the chat? We got BioT Wolf. He says, Nani? Who is calling me? The whole chat was calling you, my guy. The whole chat. D Draconic over on Rumble with the Palworld 1.0 check. Yeah, we're going to talk about that today. It's going to be a good time. Voice in the Water. What's going on, dude? Nick Havoc. Crash Collins over on Rumble. Tanya Raven. What's up, Tanya Raven? How you doing? Travis. What's up, Travis? Yes, camera is fixed. Camera is fixed in one day. That was awesome. Blue Octopus is screaming at the top of their fucking lungs. We got Monkey Man 04. Miss Molly. We got Gamer Nurse Gale. We got Genetic Spore on Rumble. The King Joker 85. We got Gray Soul 81. We got CEO Dr. FaZe. What's up, man? We got the Mervoth, Colonel Ruv, Zalosi, Mr. Melancholy, Radio Chimp, Limitless Andre, Marius, Commander Sonar, Courageous Kirsten, 07D Smith. We got Frenchie 07, Nick Havoc, Tim Grove. We got Lucky Boy, Dark Lord 7904. We got, who else here? Son of a Goose with the honk again. We're waiting for the egg to hatch. The egg's going to hatch eventually. It's only a matter of time. We got Dragon. We got the legend King Demon Wing himself. Everybody spam the King Demon Wing emojis right now in the chat. We got Dark Daimos questioning his entire existence. Is he here? Is he not here? One may never know. We got, how you say this? Oh, Virgil Lives. What's up, Virgil Lives? How you doing, man? Hope you are well. We got Old Man Cad, Dark Magus, Cult of the Hunky the... Now you wait a fucking second. You wait a fucking second. There is now a cult around the egg? Wait, when did this cult get established? There is now a cult around Honky the egg? And since when is the egg called Honky? It just makes a honk sound. Bro, this is getting weird. We already have 13 cults. We don't need another one? Bro, I don't know what's going on. But all right, we now apparently have a cult that is surrounding the egg. That makes me even more scared to see the egg hatch. I don't want to know what the egg is. Monkey Man 04, Romanizer 24. We got Colonel Rub. We got Joker, JJJJJJJK. We got Oliver Adam, Deku Leader, Matthew Watson. This is Sparta. What's up, man? Wedge, Seraph. The job I got back 3 months ago got sold today. Wait, the job I got back 3 months ago got sold today. Oh, is that bad? Is that bad or is that good? I don't know. I don't understand. I'm sorry. What's up, Wedge? How you doing? Zombie Hunter, Demek Boy, Dweezy. What's going on, Dweezy? How you doing, brother? Feeding the baby, watching your stream. Yo, I hope everything is going good with you, my man. With the new baby. That is awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Rusty Brown Ring with the snow check. Ali Kusanagi is in the chat as well. All right, 4 more people, boys. 4 more people. Then we got to get on with the show. 4 more people. Who do we got? 2K GameCuber. What's going on, man? Miss Molly. What's going on, Miss Molly? Yamato 85. ACC 75. And then we got a Kickin' Danitz. I don't care if it's pronounced any other way. It is what it is. Secret Final Boss. Death Star. And then we got... Hypno didn't take his Viagra today, so he's not stiff for the stream. I'm not that old just yet. When I get to that age, I will make sure to take a lot. But until then, I'm not that old yet. But thank you. I appreciate that. And then we got Lionheart Cowboy, Hades 1468. What the fuck is going on with my super chat bar? This shit is retarded, bro. It's not working. Hold on 1 second. Let me fix this really quick. Is it going to work now? Is it going to work now? No. What the fuck? Oh my god. What is going on here with your stupid fucking bar? It's Streamlabs. That's the problem. Streamlabs. Ah, there we go. Okay, it works now. It works now. And then last but not least, we got Shinfil, Dark Loco, Gamer Nerds Gale again, Alucard, Angels of Destiny, Corgimon C, Ron DFK. And we got, let me scroll down, Mr. Ford Addict, and Katie Astronaut, and Pizza Cat Leet, and I. That's just what I call him, I. I just call him I. All right, boys, listen, I called out as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member. It's a Monday. Nobody likes Monday. Nobody likes Monday, but we are bringing some energy on Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who is it going to be. The final call-out money shot today. Mr. Melancholy says, booty hole protected by the power of friendship. No Booty Adams, no Yasuke. To go down by 8, you will get that hot mess in your mouth? Damn, bro, why so fucking egregious?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
It's called a money shot. It's a facial. It's not supposed to go in the mouth, my guy. Well, like, what are we doing, Mr. Melancholy? What are we doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Old Man Cat says, sitting on my front porch with the bolter bitches. They got my booty hole protected. I see you changed your wording this time. I see you changed your wording this time, my guy. I see. Get the fuck off my lawn and go fuck with someone down by 7 and leave me alone. Fuck your feelings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Speedy Cake, putting a parachute pants on for extra booty hole protection because, as MC Hammer once said, can't touch this, which goes down by 1. Ali Kusanagi, booty hole protected by emoji with no Diddy, no Jaffe, no censorship, down by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Okay. At this point, we need to stop sacrificing food items.
Holy shit.
We need to stop sacrificing food items. What is with the recent obsession of making oh my god, bro. What is wrong with this chat, dude? What is wrong with this? What is Twisted Master? You of all people have been here such a long time. What the fuck? Anyway. All right. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Congratulations to Twisted Master and his pumpkin pie. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
Oh my god. It's quite insane, I gotta tell you. All right, boys, listen, we have a lot that we have to talk about today, boys. A lot that we have to talk about. Obviously, some of the main topics today has to do with World of Warcraft, a video game that I think a lot of us have a lot of history with. World of Warcraft is officially considered to be getting destroyed either today or whenever. It should be soon, where they are officially releasing the patch that is supposed to be removing combat mods. It's a massive change. It is a massive change that has been in the talks for a while now. World of Warcraft has had combat mods for almost 20 years now. And now they are going to be removing it because they don't want people to have to rely on mods. It's a very weird ideology change 20 years later. And I really honestly believe that the reason why they're doing that is because, quite frankly, they want to put this fucking game on console. That's what I genuinely believe. I think they want to put it on console, so they're trying to make it an even playing field with everybody. And I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with that. So we'll cover that and talk about that. We are also going to be talking about Palworld 1.0. There is a new what do you call it? There was a new, like, a 2-minute video from one of the main developers over at Palworld going over some of the changes that are coming. They have new pals coming. They're getting ready for Palworld 1.0, and they're celebrating their 2-year anniversary. So we are going to see what's going on with that. And we're also going to be covering a trending story right now that just recently got a response. I didn't even realize it. CD Projekt Red actually responded, and I guess that's because the story is going so viral right now. But CD Projekt Red actually just struck down a modder and gave them a DMCA takedown for making a VR mode mod. It was a very popular mod for Cyberpunk 2077 and trying to monetize it through Patreon. We have a response from the person who made the mod. We have a response from CD Projekt Red. It's a lot of shit, and we're going to go over it because it's very interesting. We also got some League of Legends MMORPG news. Apparently, there is signs of life for the new MMORPG. We got Grand Theft Auto Studios Rockstar exploding, apparently. Like, literally exploding. Like, the building, like, a portion of the building exploded. That was interesting. We got Marathon's official release date and their official price point, ladies and gentlemen. It got leaked ahead of time, so they had to come out and admit it because they were DMCA striking everybody, and it was just too much. It had already spread. It was too late. And, yeah, I'm telling you, we got Nintendo. Oh, Nintendo of America's brand new president has finally shown her face publicly in one of the first interviews in 2026. And a lot of people seem to have forgotten that she took over, but we're going to talk about that. And obviously we got indie games to go over. We got Ball Pit news. I can't wait to talk about that. I was playing Ball Pit last night. I unlocked like 4 new characters, and I think I found my favorite character. My favorite character so far is the guy who auto chooses all the upgrades, because he never loses. He never loses. He's OP as fuck. Anyway, all right, boys, listen. Let's get into the content. But before we do that, we got some super chats to go over and thank. We got Gray Soul 81 starting us off. Pre-stream legends with the 5 membership banger.
Let's fucking go! It's a membership banger!
Shout out to Gray Soul with the 5 memberships. Thank you so much, my guy. I appreciate that. And considering that is the first one of the stream, you already know what that means.
尻だと鳥に飛び立つだと進むから振り向かない明日は絶対もっとシャイニー自分次第深めに合い今すぐスタートボタンを押してみよう私はこんなんじゃないはず
Shout out to Gray Soul, beating out everybody. I appreciate that, my guy. Make sure to like the stream on the way in. People, like the stream as you come into the stream. Do not come into the stream without liking the stream. Otherwise, that makes a random creature in the world sad. And we don't want them sad. Billy says, what the hell did I just come into? Holy shit, bro. Oh my God. Did you give, is that Gohan? Adult Gohan? I can't tell. The profile picture's so small. Is that adult Gohan with a Vegeta forehead? What the fuck? Or is that like Goku but bald? I can't tell. But you came into legendary status. Mr. Blade is screaming. It's bald Gohan? Okay, that's what I thought. That's crazy. Mr. Blade, you just made Mr. Blade do this with your profile picture. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's insane. Gohan Calvo. Oh, okay. It looks like Krillin. Krillin Gohan. Oh man, that's fucked. Can you imagine can you imagine a fusion between Krillin and Gohan? I wonder something. Let me see something really quick. This might unlock some new lore. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I got something interesting I want to try. I want to try to fuse two characters. Can you imagine what a fusion between Gohan and fucking Krillin would be like? Oh, man. Oh, that would be insane. Hold on. Let's see. Can you do a fusion of the two characters from Dragon Ball Z, Gohan as an adult and Krillin, and then provide me with the final image? Is this possible? Am I gonna get a copyright denial? I don't know. If it starts, oh shit, it's doing something. Oh shit, it's doing something. Okay, we're gonna check. We're gonna check what it's done. All right, we'll come back to that. That's gonna be terrible. I'm gonna start fusing so many characters now. If that works, if that actually works, I'm gonna fuse everybody. All right, where are we at, man? We got Gray Soul with a 10 says, I have played Warcraft games since the very first came out in 94. I'm sad to see that the story had become World of Womancraft. I quit earlier last year after 19 years. I should have quit sooner. Damn, bro, you played World of Warcraft for 19 years and you only quit last year? Oh, shit. That's insane, bro. Wow. Listen, like I said, I tell everybody all the time, I quit during right at the end of Wrath of Lich King. Like, I quit being full-time, really hardcore full-time right after Wrath of Lich King. And the moment it went into Mr. Pandaria, I tried out Mr. Pandaria, but I'm like, this is fucking gay, bro. Like, I'm good. I don't need to play this, right? So that's kind of when I checked out. But damn, bro, 19 years is crazy. That's insane. Okay, we have the final product. It did the fusion. It did the fusion, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Here we go. It did the fusion. God damn it. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Wow. That is definitely something. That it made him short. It made him short too. Damn. I mean, that's not terrible. I thought it was going to look worse than this. I thought it was going to make him bald. But then again, I guess it makes sense. That's cursed. It's a little cursed. It definitely is a little cursed. I'm not going to lie to you. He has a nose. Heresy. I mean, maybe he gained that from I don't know. It gave him Gohan's good looks, right? It gave him Gohan's facial structure. But then I don't even know, bro. I'm trying to explain this shit like I could possibly explain it. I can't. It's nightmare fuel. No matter how you're looking at it, it's nightmare fuel. It is what it is. If you want to see another fusion, let me know. We got Gray Soul with a 5. Not that Blizzard would ever give me the chance to play an Ogre Mage. Anyway, but nothing but furries for the normies. An Ogre Mage would be interesting for sure. Yeah, they were basically they were very prominent what do you call that? Very prominent enemies in the game. There's a ton of Ogre Mages that you could kill. What was the name of the dungeon? What was the name of the dungeon that everybody hated doing from vanilla World of Warcraft that had like multiple sections to it? It was a regular dungeon. It wasn't like a raid dungeon. And one of the sides was like a side that had all of the walking fucking plants and the ogre mages and shit. What was the name of that? Was it Dire Maul? It was Dire Maul, wasn't it? It was Dire Maul. No, I think it's Dire Maul. Pretty sure it was Dire Maul. Yeah. Dire Maul. Yeah, there was a ton of ogre mages in Dire Maul. Yeah. I fucking hated Dire Maul until they ended up nerfing it and making it like easier to run through. But Dire Maul, OG Dire Maul was fucking gay, bro. I did it anyway, but still, it was so gay. You're playing it right now. It's Dire Maul. Yeah, I figured it was Dire Maul. I wasn't sure. I mean, you're talking about years and years and years of dungeons, but I just kind of remember how they were. All right, let's keep going. We got Uper with a 10. As per your suggestion, I bought an OLED Steam Deck a few months ago. It makes the downtime at work go so much better. That's awesome, dude. I'm telling you, man. The Steam Deck is my OLED Steam Deck. I use more than anything. I use the OLED Steam Deck way more than I use the LCD one. I don't know why that is. I feel like it's just a much better experience overall. Mr. Melancholy with a 2. I thought WoW was destroyed long ago. Hail. It was, but this is a massive change that a lot of people have a lot of opinions over. The removal of add-ons is a big deal for World of Warcraft, considering it's been in the game for almost 20 years now. So pretty big fucking deal. Mervoth with a 2, 2026. Didn't think we'd get Emilia AI anime. And yet here we are. Raptor Kratos with a 5 says absolutely nothing other than having a profile picture of literally Raptor Kratos, which is awesome. ACC with an NOK50. I played WoW Classic Hardcore. It's fun. If I die, I have to roll another character. I play Dwarf Hunter. I RP walk everywhere. No running for Casbodan. Oh my God, bro. That must take forever. Jesus Christ. That'll be insane. Twisted Master with a 2. No tricks. LOL. Hashtag trust Hypno Intel on Twisted Master. That was funny, man. You had people so scared in the Waifu Battle yesterday. It was so hilarious, dude. ACC with another NOK20 says Deacon Balls, motherfucking Deacon Balls. There you go. Imagine if I had a text to speech, what that would have sounded like. That would have been ridiculous. Colonel Rob with a 5, sir. I may have started the money shot on food with my usual coffee habits that I may or may not have with my Pokemon. I may or may not have. I'll let you plead the fifth. It's okay. It's all good. Gray Soul with a 5. Funny that this stream is covering WoW and Palworld, so they jump from the former to the latter. Yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is. Palworld is getting very, very popular. I mean, it already was popular, but I think Nintendo kind of Streisand affected Palworld even more than it already was. Dare Soto with a 10. Man, Marathon Price has been released, leak, and not only that, the Concord 2.0 lookalike is coming next week, and nothing is coming from the studio releasing for the next week. Radio silent. It almost makes you wonder if they're going to delay the game or they're just going to just release it and hope for the best. I don't know. China with a 2. Don Lemon has the most accomplished ball pit. Please don't use Don Lemon and ball pit in the same sentence. That's horrible. That's bad for ball pit. That's just like, why would you want to be associated with that? Mervoth with a 2. Hypnotic new name. If you start fusing, it's Shao Tucker. What the fuck? ACC with an NOK50. The arm of Saruman will have grown long indeed if he thinks he can reach us here. Makes sense. Speedy Cake with a 5. Any chance you could watch Starship Trooper UBW trailer after the indie showcase? Okay, Speedy Cake. I will do it this one time. You got it. Radio Chimp with a 2. Waifu Fusion Battle? Question mark? That would be ridiculous. War Wizard with a 189. How about Majin Buu and Master Roshi fuse? Let's see. Okay. Can you do Master Roshi and Majin Buu? Okay, let's hope for the best. You got it. A Kick It Dad, it's with a 5. Happy I played Sniper Elite games since PS2 instead of WoW for 20 years. You know, the Sniper Elite games, I've said it before, I've never played them. And then people have like massively gifted me those games. I really want to start playing those games. I hear a lot of good things about them, but I'm gonna start from the beginning and work my way all the way through, to be honest with you. But I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. On Rumble, we got Crash Collins with 1 membership. Thank you, Crash Collins. I appreciate that. Genetic Spore became a member all on his own. Shout out to Genetic Spore. I appreciate that. And then we got, let me scroll down. We got Dedraconic with the membership gifted. Thank you, Dedraconic. I appreciate that. And then we got Torinol with a 10. Fusion rights retracted. Thank you very much. But some curses are not meant for men to even consider. Well, considering I read that after this particular picture, I'm going to have to show you it. I apologize. Here is the fusion between Master Roshi and Majin Buu.
Holy shit.
I mean, like, accurate, I suppose. You know, I don't think it's like I don't think it's terrible. You know, like I don't actually think it's bad. I feel like that's kind of what you would think it would look like, right? A little bit. That's kind of accurate, right? Is it cursed? I don't know. I don't know. They got the details. They got the turtle shell. They got the cape, the glasses, the shades, the beard, and everything. I don't know. I think it's accurate. I'm gonna give this one. I think this one's definitely better than the last one, in my opinion, for sure. That's kind of cool. That's not bad. All right. Really quick, we got BioT Wolf with a 2 says big brother Hypno question mark. What's up, BioT Wolf? How you doing, man? Randall with 10 months says Majin Buu and Bulma and 10 men. 10 mon? Does that say mon? The chat's so small on my screen. I don't know why. Majin Buu and Bulma and 10 mon. Let's fucking go. Oh, 10 months. I thought you meant to say 10 men. I was about to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Holy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, so wait. So we want to do Majin Buu and Bulma. Oh man, that would be insane, bro. I don't even know if it would even allow me to do it. I feel like that one would not be allowed. Hold on. Let's see. Bulma and Majin Buu. This is gonna be fucked up. Majin Buu. Bro, you guys are looking for the ultimate waifu right now. All right, it's processing. This is going to be fucked. Adair Soto with a 5. Nintendo show boys are crying. Palworld's 2nd anniversary. And are crying they haven't destroyed that brand yet. It's hilarious and pathetic. Yeah, they've been trying to kill Palworld for a while now. It's pretty fucking terrible. But, you know, it is what it is, bro. Like, what are you going to do? Like, just let them be. What are you so scared of Palworld? Pokemon is still one of the #1 brands in the fucking world. How much more #1 do you need? You know? ACC with a 20. The beacons are lit. Gondor calls for aid. Bro, you reminded me of amazing movies and amazing times, man. Rap the Kratos with a 5. A phishing scammer tried to get my card info today. Luckily, I'm not Smash JT. Called him on his BS and told him to eat a duck. Smart man. Mervoth, there's a lot of that going around. Mervoth with a 2. Fuse Leon and Smash JT. No, I won't do real people. I'll fuse like, you know, characters, but I'm not gonna fuse real people. But I appreciate it. Okay, this is fucking cursed. This is bro. And why did they make her look slutty? I don't understand what's going on here. This is fucking cursed, bro. Hold on a second. Look at this shit. Why she got the tongue out and everything, man? What the fuck is that? I didn't even say for it to do that. It just did it. It just did it. And why is her ew? Is her neck scarf skin Majin Buu skin? I'm so confused about this one. I really am very confused. Like they just put the bro. Fractal Mage has like exploded in my pants. Her neck is a skin scarf. That's what I'm saying. Is her neck foreskin? Is that what it is? Is her neck like pink foreskin? This is terrible. This is fucking terrible, bro. Man, this was a bad idea. This was yep. I think Torino was right, man. Some things are just not meant. They are not meant to be started. Sincerely, they are not meant to be started. Zima with a 2. You should fuse Whip it together for the waifu battle. That would be insane. We would be here forever. 2K Gamekeeper 199 gender swap waifu battle. Hypnotic or Smash JT? No, I'm good. Adair Soto with a 2. What about Android 21 and GT Fusion? All right, last one. Last one that we got to get on with the show. You guys are going crazy with this shit, man. Okay, so we got, who is it? Android 21 and Chi-Chi. Let's see. And Chi-Chi. This is probably going to be really fucked up. Mervoth with a 2. Majin Bulma, new waifu option. New format. This is going to be insane. This is going to be really bad. I don't know. Deadeye's Lock with $1 on Rumble. Don Lemon trying hard to make St. Floyd proud. Too bad his common sense hasn't earned the Breathless Award yet. Wow. Dietrich Connick with $1. Mind doing Chi-Chi and Android 20. I probably can't right now. I could do what I do. I'm doing this last one, and then that's it. Genetic Spore with $1. I will not repent. Smash versus Alyssa for Waifu Battle. You know you wanna. I really don't. Like I literally, Genetic Spore, I tell you with all my being, as I've been saying for over a year now, I don't fucking care, bro. Like, I really don't. I don't. It is fucking retarded. They can go waifu battle themselves. Dietrich Connick for $1 on Rumble met Android 21. Adair Soto got before me. All right, cool. So this is going to count. This is going to count. Oh, this is not bad. This is not bad at all, boys. This is actually not cursed in the slightest. Hold on. Wait a second. Control yourselves. Ready? Oh, shit.
Holy shit.
This is not bad. This is not bad at all. This is actually pretty solid. I like this. I like this. The best one yet. Yes, I agree. This is the best one yet. Looks like Rogue from X-Med is definitely the best one. Yeah, that works. That works very well. I like this. I like this. This could end up being a waifu with the waifu battle for all we know. That's a whole new character. Yeah, man. That's awesome. I like that. All right, last couple of super chats. We got, bro, how is there an account already? How are you this fast? Majin Roshi for a 2 says hi. Nah, you guys need to be stopped, bro. This is unbelievable. How the fuck is there an account already? Oh my god, bro. Setsuna Shadow with 5 months. Hello. Doing auditions or something for the waifu battle? Female Loki. I kid. Not quite yet, Setsuna. Maybe soon. Alucard with a 2. Alyssa Smash JT Fusion. I am good. Like I said, I'm not doing real people. Peaches and Cream with the 5 membership. Bang.
Let's fucking go. It's a membership banger.
Shout out to Peaches and Cream. Thank you so much for the 5 membership banger. I appreciate that. That is legendary. Mervoth with a 2. Hinata X Akino Fusion would break waifu battle. Maybe in the future. And then Adair Soto with a 2 says, yay, I won. Yes, everybody seems to like your fusion. And Dietrich Connick's fusion, technically. Genetic Spore with $1. Yo, what the fuck? Why is my desk floating? I don't know. But you should probably figure that out. Torinol says, I warned him. Yes, you did. Miss Molly with a 249. Creativity in full effect. Yeah, this is what AI was made for. This right here is what AI was made for. 100%. All right, boys. Let's get into the content. I think we are fully caught up, guys. We are on the road, if we get lucky, to 541 tier 1s in a row and 233 tier 2s in a row. You guys are killing it today so far. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Let's get into it. Let me X out this really quick. All these fucking, all of these waifu fusions that I have. And let's get into the content. First things first, I want to show you something cool. I want to show you something really cool. So I saw this over on X, and I wanted to share this with you because I feel like this woman is going to get sniped by like every major company out there. But regardless, it is what it is. So I saw this post on Play for Index, okay? over on X. And it says a Chinese modder has assembled the PS5, the Xbox Series X, and the Nintendo Switch 2 into one singular console. Switching between the systems takes only about 3 seconds. Only one platform operates at a time, and all components are powered by a shared 250-watt power supply. Right? So when you look at the pictures here, you can see what the console looks like. Looks like a interesting looking PC. And I mean, look at this thing. She actually made it look pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not like just a whole bunch of compiled components, but she actually made it look really interesting. Here's a
屏幕上的画面是 PS5，接下来就是这台主机最神奇、最重要的一个按钮，就是顶上的这个三角，按一下它，灯光变成了绿色，屏幕的画面变成了 Xbox， 再按一下，
哇，
灯光变成了红色。屏幕的画面，当当当，
Wow
变成了 Switch 2的画面，是不是超级神奇、超级方便？我觉得简直太方便了。那我们现在就来玩游戏看看。
Guys, I'm not gonna lie, that's absolutely fucking insane. That is so insane. They are going to come down on her so fast with a cease and desist. They're gonna be like, excuse me, stop that. You're not allowed to do that at all. But this is so fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. Can you imagine if anybody was able to actually be allowed to sell this? You could sell all 3 consoles in one. That is fucking sick, dude. Now you too can play a bunch of remasters and remakes with all your consoles together in one place.
看它能不能正常的玩各种各样的游戏。现在在玩的是 Switch 2上独占的游戏 Donkey Kong Bonanza， 运行非常良好。当然了，它又不需要散热。
Holy shit, she timed it. That's crazy. 3 seconds to switch. Yeah, you right. Where is the chat? Hold on. Oh, my chat fucking froze. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Somebody in the chat said that it's legal as long as she doesn't try to sell it. Which, I mean, you know, there's that. I don't think she's going to try to sell it necessarily. And then another person in the chat, I can't find it because my chat froze, said that the console fanboys are probably going to be losing their mind right now. Yeah, I mean, like, only the people who do the whole console warring thing, if that's their personality, to console war nonstop, then they're going to have a big problem with this. Otherwise, yeah, I think most people probably wouldn't even care. I just like the fact that she actually made it into something interesting. Are we sure this isn't AI? This could be fake as fuck for all I know. This could absolutely be AI. But I think that something like this is definitely possible. I don't really think that it's something that, because what it would be is 3 separate, it's one, what do you call it? One shared power supply and 3 separate running systems that are all hooked up into one big case. So even if this is fake, this is definitely possible. But regardless, I think it's cool. And if it is fake, somebody needs to do it like right now. The concept is real. Do it right now. It's possible. It is 100% possible. There's no way this is not possible. You could easily do this. I think it's cool. AI is getting terrifyingly good. Yeah, if this is AI, that is amazing. But regardless, I still like the idea. I love the concept. I think that's fucking sick, to be honest with you. But in any case, shout out to this person if this person is real. And if it's not, shout out to the person who made the AI. Because now I want to see it be real. Somebody's going to do this. Do you need 3 controllers or just one? It depends. It absolutely depends. I would imagine that you need the Nintendo Switch controller to play Nintendo Switch. And you could probably program the other ones with a generic controller. It all depends. Pretty cool, though. I like it. The Xtendo station. The Xtendo station. This definitely put the idea on the scale. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, technically, guys, by the way, even if it's not AI or even if it is AI, the truth is that what she just showed, you could do on a PC right now if you're into emulation. So technically, something like this has already existed. But again, I just like the concept. I like the idea. All right, let's get into now. Let's talk about this. I'm going to show the indie games in a second. I want to talk about the Cyberpunk DMCA. I want to talk about that. The Cyberpunk DMCA. This shit is crazy. So I don't know if you guys heard the story yet, but let's talk about it right now. So I saw this post from Synth Potato over on X, and it says the following. CD Projekt Red has taken down the Cyberpunk 2077 VR mod via a DMCA takedown. This is due to the modder Luke Ross locking the mod behind a $10 subscription. CD Projekt Red reportedly asked Luke Ross to make the mod free. He refused, and he just deleted it instead. Luke Ross generates about $20,000 a month from paid mods. That's crazy. Holy shit. That's awesome. Good for him. So if you look at this video, let me make this a little bit bigger. If you look at this video, let's play it out. Hold on. All right, right here. So it's a post from Luke Ross, and it says, another one bites the dust. Okay. Many of you have noticed that 2 of my recent posts have disappeared about a week ago. I apologize that I could not comment personally about the fact because there was an ongoing legal exchange. Now that the dust has settled, I'm even more sorry to announce that we are leaving behind an adventure that so many of you deeply loved and enjoyed. CD Projekt SA decided that they would follow in Take-Two Interactive Software steps and issue a DMCA notice against me for the removal of the Cyberpunk 2077 VR mod. At least they were a little more open about it, and I could get a reply from both their legal department and from the VP of Business Development, but in the end, it amounted to the same ironclad corpo logic. Every little action that a company takes is in the name of money, but everything that modders must do must be absolutely for free. As usual, they stretch the concept of derivative work until it's paper thin, as though a system that allows visualizing 40-plus games in fully immersive 3D VR was somehow built making using their intellectual property. And as usual, they give absolutely zero fucks about how their playing game in VR makes people happy, and they cannot be grateful about the extra copies of the title they sold because of it, without ever having to pour money into producing an official conversion. And no, they're not planning to release their own VR port either, in case you were wondering. All right, so I understand where he's coming from, okay? I understand where he's coming from, but at the end of the day, even if you built a VR system that is your own work, which is perfectly fine, you didn't use anything from CD Projekt Red to make that system, you are still utilizing that system to then make a profit by allowing VR, a function that is not allowed in that game by the choice of the developers. You are making a profit by allowing that system to be usable in that game and letting people download it in that game, and they have a problem with that. You know, that is a big problem. I think that you could have a conversation about what both sides are probably having regarding all this stuff, like who's right, who's wrong, whatever. I definitely think you could have a conversation about it. But at the end of the day, you are absolutely making a profit by selling a mod inside of someone else's video game, whether or not that mod was built using their game or not, which obviously it wasn't. The VR system was built by himself or whatever. But still, I think that I don't think CD Projekt Red is 100% in the wrong here. But in any case, I want to now read their response, because CD Projekt Red actually gave a response, which I didn't even realize until I clicked live today. So thank goodness I found this. So Jan Roster, who is the Vice President Business Development of CD Projekt Red, says, I would like to briefly address the discussion around the Cyberpunk VR mod created by Luke Ross. By the way, I have no idea who Luke Ross is, so if you guys can let me know, I would greatly appreciate it. We have indeed issued a DMCA strike, as it was available as a paid mod, only accessible to Patreon subscribers. This directly violates our fan content guidelines. We never allow monetization of our IP without our direct permission and or agreement in place. We were in touch with Luke last week and informed him that he needs to make it free for everyone with optional donations or remove it. So they were actually going to allow him to make money via donations instead of guaranteed money via subscriptions. I don't think that's a bad setup, dude. To be honest with you, I really don't. Like, I don't think that's a bad setup at all. Like, I don't know why you would just delete it outright. I feel like that's pretty fair, right? I don't know. Anyway, we are big fans of mods for our games. Some of the work out there has been nothing short of amazing, including Luke's mod for Cyberpunk 2077. We will be happy to see it return as a free release. However, making a profit from our IP in any form always requires permission from CD Projekt Red. Yeah, no, I don't think, bro, I don't think this is a bad setup at all. I think that's pretty fucking fair. I feel like that's more fair than a lot of other companies would be with their IP, especially Nintendo. Bro, if this was Nintendo, you would be in jail. You would be, bro. You would be in fucking jail, bro. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think this is not a bad. This is not this. I think this is fair. I really do. I think this is fair. So I'm glad that they responded. Oh, he responded. Oh, this is good. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Jan. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you are right. You are within your rights in demanding that my software needs to be free. It is not derivative work or fan content. It supports a large number of games which are built upon different engines, and it contains absolutely zero code or assets from your IP. Saying that it infringes your IP rights is equivalent to maintaining, for example, that Riva Tuner violates game publishers' copyrights because it intercepts the images the game is drawing on screen and then it processes them in order to overlay its statistics. Man, this guy's fighting for. Oh, somebody tagged me on this. Kawasaki tagged me on this. This guy is fighting hard on this shit, dude. I got to be real with you. At this point, again, they're not. It's not like they're DMCA striking your software and saying that your software is not allowed to exist. They're saying your software is allowed to exist, but that you cannot then use your software to then mod their game for profit. That's what they're saying. That's why, like, I don't understand where the disconnect here. Isn't Riva Tuner free, by the way? Am I crazy for that? Should I look that up? Isn't Riva Tuner free, or am I bugging now? I don't know. I feel like, yeah, CD Projekt Red said nothing about IP infringement. Yeah, I know. This is not about IP infringement. You are utilizing your software to give an option, a mod, something that is not available in the game inherently, and then charge money for it. It's not like you're asking for donations, which they said they would be allowed to do. You are charging money for the mod for the game. That inherently violates their rights with their game. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't get it. I don't get what's going on here. Mr. Rouge says his stuff is 10 to 20 years more advanced than anything I saw at the time. His stuff is 10 to... Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's call it a donation then. Yeah, but the thing is, you can't call it a donation when it's required. That's the problem. You can't call it a donation when it's actually required to access whatever the software is. You know what I mean? So that's the problem. I think that like I said, I think there's a conversation where we can acknowledge both sides and see who's right in certain aspects and who's wrong in other aspects. But at the end of the day, CD Projekt Red has the ultimate say about their game, and in terms of like modding the game for profit. And if that's how they view it, I'm sure they have plenty of legal speak and lawyers that can absolutely prove that if they wanted to. So I don't know. I think this is definitely an interesting one. This is definitely an interesting one. If it's a tip jar, it's one thing. Yeah, again, and I don't know. Subscription is even worse than a one-time fee. Well, yeah, exactly, because it's a Patreon, right? So it's not like you're going to Patreon one time. It's a monthly subscription, so you're expecting that money more than 1 month. And sure, there might be people that will subscribe for 1 month and that's it. But how many of those people are there? If the guy's making $20,000 a month, he's doing very well. Clearly, his Patreon's doing very well, and I'm sure they could probably argue that Cyberpunk was a big attraction for that. At least some of it, anyway. You know, does his software support more than Cyberpunk? It does. It does. His software allows. I think, what did he say? Like multiple games? It just says a large number of games. It doesn't say like the exact amount. So not exactly sure what's going on there. Could be 10, could be 5, could be 20. I have no idea. He's like the Nexus mods, not forcing anyone. Don't see the issue. Well, see, the thing is, again, it is allowing a mod for Cyberpunk. Granted, it works for other games too, but Cyberpunk is one of the games. And he's selling that mod for profit. And it is giving somebody the ability to have something that is not inherently available in Cyberpunk. So it's a problem. It's a problem for them, you know? So they are asking him to make the software fully free for all games. That's why he is refusing. I guess so, yeah. I suppose. I guess you're going to have to, right? Because if the software is generic and it's not Cyberpunk specific, that means if you make your software free, you're making it free for all the games that make it that work for those games, like all those games. So that'll be a big problem for him because he would lose a lot of money. I don't blame him for deleting it. I don't blame him. I don't blame him for deleting it at all. But the thing is, like, I don't know. It's this is a really tough one. But I think Cyberpunk. I think CD Projekt Red is in the right. As much as I hate CD Projekt Red sometimes, kind of have to call it how I see it. So, but anyway, I found this whole story to be interesting. This guy is getting ratioed to shit, by the way. 322 comments versus 180 likes. I'm almost scared to go in here. Should I go in here? Oh, man, I guess I have to go in here, huh? Sid Potato says, this makes no sense. What are you making on modifications to company-owned IPs? Your entire argument here is hinging on, well, technically it's not a mod. If it really stretches out the definition, your Patreon and mod would literally not exist if it was just some software. That's true. That's absolutely true. Again, how much of the success behind his Patreon is bolstered by the fact that he is advertising the ability to do certain things in video games as a mod? You know what I mean? So technically, like, even though you're saying, well, it's software, it's not a mod, technically you're advertising the modifications that can be done to certain video games using the software. This is like such legal fucking mumbo jumbo. But you know what I mean? Like, you have to wonder about that. Don't listen to the haters, bro. You're complete within your rights. People can sell mods for cars, and Honda, Toyota don't come after them. Same thing here. It's an original product. It simply sits on top of another product. Nothing illegal about that. This is why nobody likes Melody Mac words. The same as with Julio GTA scripting or Julio GTA scripting. You profit all other people's work. You are lucky. They just wanted you to release it for free. This is good PR for them. Horrible PR for you. No offense, but this would not have ended well if this was Nintendo. I like how everybody has acknowledged that Nintendo would have absolutely been a dick here. I like how everybody knows that about Nintendo. That is fantastic because they have that kind of a reputation. Idiot, you were given permission to keep the mod available only if it remained for free. That condition was clear from the outset. Monetizing access crossed the boundary CD Projekt Red had explicitly set. Whether the mod includes their code or assets isn't the core issue. The software exists solely because it interfaces with Cyberpunk, a proprietary product governed by licensing terms that commonly prohibit paid modifications. CD Projekt Red didn't rush straight to enforcement. They asked for the paywall to be removed so the mod can remain available for free. Instead of doing that, you chose to pull the mod and dispute their right to enforce those conditions. And to be blunt but fair, if you did the same thing with my game, I'd sue you for breaching the EULA, specifically Section 2, subsection 2.3. Who is this person? Damn, this guy's like, oh, man. Oh, this girl. Pronoun she, lesbian. Oh. Moving on. Hey, bro, you're more than welcome to keep it up and see what happens. And that's true, too. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the danger of pride. Should have just made it free and took donations and moved on to the next project. Now you just look like a douche. Love your work, though. So, I mean, like, this guy seems like he does work that people actually like, but it seems like he charges for all of it, which I know. Listen, I may not use mods, but I do know how modders feel, or like the modding community feels about pay to use mods. I know, like, they don't like it. They hate it. They think it's inherently against modding and all that stuff. I get it. So there's a lot of shit that's involved with this particular story. But I do find it very interesting. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you're within your rights of demanding that my software needs to be free. Counterclaim their DMCA notice then. Just be aware that the way you are distributing your mod is considered commercial use. Oh yeah, he can't counterclaim it. He'll be fucked. He would be absolutely fucked if they if he counterclaims CD Projekt Red. I don't think he's gonna have much of a leg to stand on personally, which is why he just deleted it. He doesn't want to deal with it. It's interesting. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hold on. We got. Let me scroll down. Benjamin with a 2. What about Lune and Cykel from Expedition 33? Maybe later. Alucard with a 2. You say you want an Alucard Hypnotic Fusion? You gotta fuck for. Hey, yo, stop that. You gotta fuck for it. Oh my god. ACC at OK20. When will this multi-console be available on Temu? Oh, that's not gonna happen, bro. I doubt that. Akino and Hyuga for. Oh my God, I am manifested now. Hypnotic-san, bro, you did it yourself. Jesus, we started something crazy now. RP4 with a 5. If it worked for multiple games, and it sounds more like a platform than a mod, like Meta. Again, we can. That's arguing like law semantics and seeing who's going to come out on top about that. We're not going to know that without like a courtroom deciding on that. But at the end of the day, it's all about whether it's worth it or not. And I think he's already made the decision that it's not worth it. ACC with an NOK 50. If I was the modder, I would not have the heart to delete the mod. I'll feel sorry for my supporters. I made it free instead. I'm soft like that. Well, it's not about necessarily being soft. I do think that a lot of people in the modding community probably would have agreed with that sentiment. Just based off the reactions that I see here, because the reactions are really strong. People are calling him an asshole. Look at this. In Christ, you literally broke the golden rule. Reaver Tuda doesn't charge a subscription. They'll explain it to perfectly in court. Laughing my ass off. Imagine charging for a mod. Laughing my ass off. What you smoking, bruv? As a reverse engineer and modder, you are a disgrace to all. I mean, very clearly, people do not like him. Right? People do not like his decision to I guess charge for mods or whatever the case would be. So, you know, I don't think it's about being soft. I think a lot of people would have agreed with your sentiment. Old man cat with a 5. He takes other people's mods, tweaks them, and then posts them behind his paywall. That's fucking gay. If that's true, again, I don't know this guy. So if that is true, that is terrible. And I'm sure he would deny it. But if that is true, that is awful. That is fucking awful. Again, I'm going to need some proof of that, old man cat. I'm going to definitely need some proof of that if you have it. Prey Dog has done a ton for the VR community. It is not behind a paywall. Resident Evil UEVR. Yeah, this is just straight selfishness. If you were a good person, you just have people donate to a Patreon for you or something. But instead, you completely remove something people love that you invented on a game that isn't yours and are mad that you get exploited for money. Yeah, like almost everybody's on the side of CD Projekt Red here, which is crazy. Very rarely will I ever see people take the side of a company like this. But overwhelmingly, a lot of people are like, CD Projekt Red is in the right here for the most part. Scrap Gamer with a 10. He should be lucky that CD Projekt is doing him a favor because other developers of the games he made mods for could do him dirty and pull a Nintendo. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, if a company really wants to, they could go pretty hard on that. They could definitely go pretty hard on that with a DMCA takedown and go further. It's just most companies don't want to deal with it. Most companies will just issue the DMCA, give you an option, let you choose how you want to go about it. And almost always is going to be, all right, well, we'll be fine with it. Like we'll take down the mod. Let's see. Bro, I'm not one to support some of the things CD Projekt has done, but you're in the ring here and you knew it. The fact that you're doubling down tells me it's going to take someone pursuing legal action against you for you to understand. That's rough, bro. Weedy for Sweetie says they're just mad because they can't use it for free, freeloaders. So I agree with that sentiment to an extent. I do. I've said that before about how it seems like some people in the modding community, how they are, where I get it from both avenues. This is why I don't fucking deal with mods, right? But I get it from both avenues, right? If you have someone who is putting in hundreds of hours of work to do a legendary mod for a video game that could change the foundation of the game, I think it's a little pompous to come out and say, well, I expect you to give that to me for free. I do. Now, I understand what the modding community is like, and I understand the sentiment. And if that is what they are like, then that is fine. I will let the modding community handle the modding community because I'm not part of it. But I do think it's a little bit pompous to expect it, because expecting it and hoping for it are two different things, right? But I can also see how people are like, well, you know, the modding community has people that put in hundreds and thousands of hours for the love of the game to help people, have access to something that otherwise they would have access to. And then they just take donations for people that really want to go the extra mile. And then they live off that or whatever. And that's fine too. You know, that's fine too. I would prefer that avenue because that's how I treat my YouTube channel personally. Right. Because that's like, imagine if I were to only stream for members only, right? Like only stream for members, for paying members, and that's it. That's kind of gay, right? I think that's kind of stupid. So I prefer the second method which is like give the content away for free. And if people think it's worth it, then they will go the extra mile. And if not, well, then I'll just go fuck myself. It is what it is, right? Like I just feel, I don't know, man. It's kind of you could kind of have the conversation either way, I suppose. You know, I would have like 200 members. I mean, to be fair, I have like 2,000, but yeah, I mean, I guess. No, but yeah, you would definitely lose. Like, I would lose like a good amount for sure. And I feel like it's inherently against. I guess I can understand what modders feel, because I feel like YouTube, you like the whole premise of YouTube is to put yourself out there. The content's for free, let people consume it, and then if they want to, like, they could go the extra step. I think that's always been the way that it has been for a reason, not just because of authenticity's sake, but just for like overall the YouTube community. You want to be able to get that information out to people, and I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy to paywall information in a way. So I don't know. It's just like, again, you could kind of go all over the place. Let's see what else we got. Again, Old Man Cat, that's pretty crazy if that's true. Scrap Gamer, I agree. Speedy Cake with a 5. I wonder if he has code that checks if you are still subbed on Patreon. Oh, maybe. That's a possibility. ACC with NOK 100. You should make a new segment on your show, like the Copacabana song that's turned into coping and seething. You can use Trump dancing to a DMCA song when something gets taken down by YouTube, Nintendo, etc. I am good. I am good. Thank you, ACC. I appreciate that. We got Rumble really quick, and then we're going to move on. We got Toradol for $1 on Rumble. Kind of curious, who would be worse with this, Nintendo or Disney? Nintendo. Like, that's just the answer. Nintendo. Anybody disagree with that? Anybody in the chat disagree with that? I'm saying Nintendo would be absolutely worse with this in every way imaginable. 100%. Not that Rumble. I'm sorry. Not that Disney would be any better, like in a mass amount. But I think Nintendo would absolutely be worse. 100%. Yo, peace out, CEO Dr. FaZe. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. All right, let's get out of this. Again, this is a topic that a lot of people are putting their opinions on. It's very emotional. That's usually how it works with the modding stuff. Everybody's going to have their opinion on it. But for the most part, I agree with the people that mods should be free, but with donations. I think that's the best way to go. Absolutely. All right, let's talk about some good stuff real quick, man. We got Palworld 1.0, second year anniversary. This is major. Palworld's second anniversary. Today marks 2 years since Palworld entered early access. Thank you, everyone. We're working hard on Palworld 1.0, which is coming this year. Here is a sneak peek at just some of the upcoming pals. Please look forward to our biggest update yet. You know what's sad, man? I think Palworld would have entered 1.0 a long time ago if it wasn't for this stupid fucking lawsuit with Nintendo. I really do believe that. I think that this lawsuit, they tried to drag down Palworld so fucking bad, and all that it ended up doing was strides at affecting Palworld to the point where, I mean, here we are. 2 years later, and 1.0 is coming out, and I think it's going to be huge. So let's check it out. Let's see what we got. Volume up. Yep.
Hi, everyone. Today, Palworld celebrates its second anniversary. And we just want to say a big thank you to you, our players, our fans, our Pal Tamers, for your continued support of Palworld and Pocket Pair. We're hard at work on Palworld 1.0, which is shaping up to be our biggest update ever. We would love to show you a sneak peek of Palworld 1.0, but it's still in development. So instead, we'd like to show you some concept art for some of the upcoming pals you can meet in Palworld 1.0. There are many new pals, new places to explore, and many surprises waiting for you in Palworld 1.0. But before that, there's someone else who wants to say thank you.
皆さんこんにちは。ポケットペアの代表の溝部です。
This is the CEO of Pocket Pair? I didn't know that. Holy shit. Nice. That dog is cool. I wonder what their like, I wonder what their design philosophy is going to be moving forward now that Nintendo has been like on their ass nonstop because of just how big Palworld became. And granted, Palworld lost a lot of players compared to when it first came out. But I just wonder what they're ultimately going to, like, how are they going to design their pals moving forward? Like, do they have to reference every single fucking Pokemon that exists? Like, God, that must be annoying. That must be really annoying, right? Anyway, let's hear from the CEO.
皆さんこんにちは。ポケットペアの代表の溝部です。パルワールドをリリースしてからの2年間は、私たちにとって非常に刺激的で忘れられない経験となりました。パルワールドを遊び楽しんでくださった世界中のファンの皆様、改めて感謝申し上げます。さて、私たちは現在、パルワールドの正式リリースバージョン 1.0 に。
Is this supposed to be Gyarados? Wait, oh shit, it turned into a blade? Bro, that is sick, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That is sick. He could disconnect from his body and turn into a fucking blade. How cool is that?
一丸となって開発を取り組んでおります。皆様のご期待に応えられるよう全力を尽くして開発をしておりますので、皆様どうぞパルワールドを改めて応援よろしくお願いいたします。
Once again, thank you for your continued support, and we can't wait for you to get your hands on Palworld 1.0 coming very soon. We'll be sharing a few more little things on our social media and Discord, so please follow along if you want to keep up to date with all things Palworld. On behalf of...
Do you think this pisses off Nintendo? Like, anybody in the chat, do you think that this like announcement of 1.0 pisses off Nintendo? Because like in their mind, they're thinking like we did this lawsuit to try to tear down this game and stop it from existing. And now at this point, it's been 2 years and Nintendo got a little bit felted on the patent shit, you know, the copyright shit. And at this point, I really don't know where that lawsuit is at right now. I don't know where that lawsuit's at right now. I feel like we haven't heard anything about it. It's kind of just in the background. They're probably looking into a settlement, to be honest with you. They're probably going to be looking into a settlement at this point.
Everyone here at Pocket Pair, thank you. Wait a minute. What was that? That sounded like a whale?
Oh, shit. Oh, they're not going to be happy about this, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah. Dude. I mean, listen, I'm happy for them. I think this is great. I think that, listen, I haven't played Palworld, but I know a lot of people that do and a lot of people that enjoy it. And I feel like their experience got a little bit ruined by the lawsuit with Nintendo because Palworld had to make some changes, obviously, because of the lawsuit. And those changes, a lot of people, you know, who are playing the game, they had some gripes with it. And it sucks, man. You're purposely ruining people's experience because you want to get, you know, angry because you fell asleep at the wheel and somebody else made something that people were asking you to make for the longest time. You didn't want to make it, so somebody else made it, and now you're angry that they became multi fucking millionaires. You know what I mean? So it's the gayest fucking thing to be coming down on this company because you're mad at them because you fell asleep at the wheel. It's kind of dumb. Yeah, exactly. Maybe if Game Freak wasn't so fucking lazy, you know, like Game Freak and Nintendo were so lazy with Pokemon. And to be fair, they are absolutely correct. When they assume their customer, they absolutely do know who their customer is, right? They absolutely do. They know that the customer for Nintendo and Pokemon are going to buy whatever the fuck they put out. It doesn't matter if they take away features. It doesn't matter if they release the same shit. It doesn't matter if it's a super lazy design. It doesn't matter if it has graphics from like 20 years ago. It does not matter. They know exactly who their customer is. And the only thing is they knew that, but they thought that nobody else was going to ever be able to come anywhere close to their success. But unfortunately for them, that's when Palworld came out and they got woken up. they got woken up in a way that they were not expecting. So that's kind of where we're at with that. So anyway, they didn't put an actual date on this quite yet, but version 1.0 is supposed to be coming out in 2026. So I guess we'll wait and find out what's going on with that. So we shall see. Nintendo seeing this. Oh, that's great. Bro, everybody knows. That's the crazy thing. Like, everybody knows how Nintendo is acting right now. And it's kind of like one of those, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's just, we're aware of it, but at the end of the day, we already know what they're going to do about it. They're going to fucking keep freaking out and losing their mind over it. So it's all good. Anyway, I wanted to talk about Palworld because I'm excited. 1.0 might be what brings me into the game to try it for the first time. I have it. I just haven't had any time to play it. All right, next up. This is going to be next quick topic, and then we're going to do indie games, and then we're going to talk about main topics. Ball Pit. I've been playing a lot of Ball Pit. A lot of Ball X Pit, Ball Pit, however you want to pronounce it. This game is fucking crack, bro. Absolute crack. It's insane. They finally put out their first free, by the way, because we were just talking about, you know, mods and charging and all that stuff. Ball Pit put out its first free major update. They're calling it the Regal update. It launches on January 26th on all platforms. I cannot wait to try this. They're adding 2 new characters, the Carouser and the Falconer, 8 new balls, new passive abilities, plus a nice surprise that you're going to love. Okay, so we're going to watch this. It's only 30 seconds long. And let's see what we got going on here.
We've got more Ball Pit. It's spinning, it's twinning, it's happening. It's the Regal update. Time to class up this joint with 2 new hunters.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought this shit said the rectal update. Like, I know that's terrible of me, but I really thought that this shit said rectal for us. Anyway.
Time to class up this joint with 2 new hunters. First is the Carouser, whose returning balls orbit around him. Second up, the Falconer, a nobleman flanked by his 2 trusted falcons. And my friend Kenny Sun and friends also added 8 new balls to the arsenal. And there's even more than we can fit in this trailer. The Regal update, launching January 26th.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just want to play this game. I want to play this game so bad again. I've been playing the shit out of Ball Pit, and this update looks really good. I want to make more progress before January 26th, before they add more shit, and I have to obviously keep playing. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. This game is a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see this. This guy looks cool. The one with the right here, where the balls like circle around you. That's an interesting concept. I wonder how that's gonna work. You know, it looks like just the baby ones do, but I don't know. The main actual attacks, they don't seem to circle around you. So I don't know how this is gonna work. We'll see. Looks cool though. Looks definitely cool. Can't wait to play this shit. All right, let's go over the indie games really fast, and then we are going to get into the main topics of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. So let's check out some indie games, upcoming game releases, whatever, and see what we got, and then get to the topics. Here we go.
All right, folks, it's time for the Indie Game Showcase.
All right, first one up is called Cult of the Lamb, Woolhaven. Cult of the Lamb, Woolhaven. Oh shit, well they're dead. They're dead. Yeah, I gotta tell you, like the actual trailer, the actual gameplay looks so much different than the start of the trailer. It actually looks kind of cool from a gameplay perspective. The trailer in the beginning makes it seem like, you know, a little bit weird. But then all of a sudden it gets pretty insane. So definitely kind of cool. Might check that one out in the future. I thought the gameplay looked pretty cool. All right, adding to that to the wish list. Let's go with this one. This one's called The 18th Addict. A lot of horror games, man. A lot of horror games. The 18th Addict.
Emily? What?
Oh, I think I remember this from the showcase. From like the actual... I remember this one. Ah. Is this the same one I'm thinking about? This one was fucking creepy. Is this... This might be a new trailer. That's why. Let's check it out. We definitely saw this. Not this trailer, though. This is a new one. It's a new trailer. So it's officially coming out January 23rd, 2026. That's awesome. Yeah, they did clean it up nice. The last trailer we saw was not this good. This is a way better trailer. And you can see the image on the right is slowly changing. Look at it. It's creepy. You see how the mouth starts off normal and then it slowly changes? I like it. That's definitely a cool... I'm going to be wishlisting that if I haven't already. 100%. All right, next one up is called The Midnight Walkers. They call it... I think it's an extraction shooter, hardcore FPS game with deadly zombies. Midnight Walkers. Let's check this out. We got two more. Two more to look at. Here we go. Audio up. And there we go. Pretty bloody. I like the fact that it's bloody. That's good. Holy shit! Yeah. Speaking of, look at this screenshot. That looks cool. I mean, this is an extraction zombie shooter. So it all depends on the actual gameplay. It seems like melee is a pretty big deal here. You can see on the bottom right, sledgehammer infinite, shovel infinite. So I'm assuming you gotta have a mix of melee and guns, with a couple of skills here on the bottom right. I think that looks cool. I like it. I think that's all right. Still no date. Nope, no date. Not that I see. Let me double check. Hold on. Oh, actually, no. It's on Steam. It says January 28, 2026 for the release of that game, The Midnight Walkers. So, not exactly sure what's going on there. All right, last one up is Fear the Time Loop. Fear the Time Loop. Let's check this one out and see what we got going on.
A serial killer continues to terrorize the town, and sources say the sheriff initially downplayed the danger.
It's me. Hey, Rose, you copy?
It's getting worse for him, bro. What the fuck is going on?
This place, it's falling apart. Slam on the walls, collapsed hallways. Honestly, I don't know.
Not bad. Isn't it amazing how far like smaller developers have come to be able to provide an experience that used to be locked behind AAA developers, where now all of a sudden that's not the case at all? I mean, sure, like the explosion, graphics looked pretty terrible when I saw this, like right here, over here. Where is it at? I don't know. It was right there. Yeah, like fucking like PS2 level explosion graphics, whatever. But overall, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's like this game seems like a mix of like Evil Within with some Resident Evil, modern Resident Evil. I think this will be a pretty solid experience if they could get their shit together. The gun gameplay looked a little shoddy, especially the pistol. The shotgun looked pretty good. I like that they got puzzles and shit in here, which is nice. I think this might be a pretty good game. I am definitely going to wishlist this one. But yeah, it is incredible what smaller teams can do now. And I really feel like this is why they are trying to stigmatize AI, because they don't want people to have the ability to have AI that can speed up processes, give them resources that these smaller teams otherwise wouldn't have. This is really impressive. Good job to this this developer. January 26th is coming out, so I will definitely see that. All right, let's get into some more topics. See any super chats really quick. We got Adair Soto for a 5. Hypno, we need you to take you to rehab. Talking about balls is not healthy for your mental state. Don't worry about the bigot army. We'll do the funding for rehab. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then on Rumble, let's check Rumble. Rumble, I think. No, we're good on Rumble. Okay. All right. So let's get into a funny story that I want to cover. That is about Code Veronica. There's a lot of conversation around Code Veronica being the next reveal. But the reason why people think it's funny and why I think it's funny is because till this day, there is still no mention, no rumor, no nothing about a Resident Evil 5 remake. And it seems as if Resident Evil 5 is being completely ignored by Capcom for some odd reason, to the point where they would rather do Code Veronica and remake that game instead of remaking Resident Evil 5. And at this point, it's kind of becoming a joke. It's kind of becoming like an inner meme at this point, where I don't know, bro. I mean, listen, I like Code Veronica. I definitely like Code Veronica, but I really want to see what they're going to do with Resident Evil 5. I do. Because, like, are we going to make the zombies white? Like, are we going to turn it into like a South Africa thing? Like, what's going on here? I really want to see what they're going to do with Resident Evil 5. I think what it is that, the gaming media has stigmatized Resident Evil 5 so much that it's brought it to the point where the game just can never be remade. And if it does get remade, it's going to be remade to be so obviously politically correct that original Resident Evil fans are going to be calling that shit out like crazy. It probably is going to be one of the worst performing remakes that they release. I think this is definitely going to be a big problem for them. They're essentially walking on eggshells, and they're probably looking at each other at Capcom, and they're saying, please, what else can we remake? I don't want to remake 5. Can we remake something else? Let's remake 0 again. Let's remake 1 again. It's so obvious that this is what's going to happen. And all because it's somehow racist that the zombies were mostly black or all black in Resident Evil 5. Somehow that is racist. It's insane, right? The same people who would tell you that Black Panther absolutely has to be black because being African is part of his story. Apparently, that is not the case. That zombies don't absolutely have to be black if the infection takes place in Africa. It's like, so a character has to be black if it's from Africa, if it's a good character, but zombies cannot be black. If they're from Africa, they should be something else. Otherwise, it's racist. Doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. But we all know there is very little consistency with this nonsense. But anyway, the point is that there are rumors that a Code Veronica reveal is up next. It is imminent. They've been talking about this since last year, and it is absolutely being ramped up this year. For those unaware, Resident Evil 5's voice actor made a cryptic post last week, leading the community to speculate that Resident Evil 5 remake will be revealed on the franchise's 30th anniversary. However, it seems this won't be the case, and a remake of an older title can be shown instead. The insider has also discussed reasons why this might be the case. Now, this is always coming from the same insider, Dust Golem, who is the person who leaks all of the Resident Evil stuff over on Twitter, and all the journalists use his information. So take it with a grain of salt until we see what actually happens. But he did accurately leak Resident Evil Requiem's reveal that Leon Kennedy would be part of the game. In the insider's latest X post, they debunked the community theories that Resident Evil 5 remake will be announced this year and reaffirmed that their claim that Code Veronica remake will be revealed instead, which was talked about last year, that Resident Evil Code Veronica and 0 remakes were scheduled. They're planning to remake Resident Evil 0 over Resident Evil 5. Come on, bro. What are we doing? This is what I'm saying. They don't want to touch Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 is scary as fuck to them. They just flat out don't want to do it. They just want, let's just recount again. Let's just go back to the beginning. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, please, God. And then when we get back to 5, they're like, okay, let's start off again. 0, 1, 2. Bro, it's so sad, man. But the truth, Resident Evil 5 is a fun game. It absolutely is a fun game. But again, guys, the truth is that I think it has to do with the game just being stigmatized. That's really what it is. Like people, the gaming media have completely attacked that game so much. And I mean, we're talking about years and years and years of history of attacking this game. I think we covered an article last year talking about Resident Evil 5. Like they were talking about it again. And I think it was IGN talking about how Resident Evil 5 cannot be remade today. That it will be racist if they remake Resident Evil 5 in the same manner that the game originally existed in. It's ridiculous, bro. They should reboot 3 again. I guess they'll reboot anything else other than 5. 5 is just in a corner by itself. They can't touch it. It's in its own little racist corner. You know, Capcom can't count to 5, bro. I'm telling you, man. IGN was talking about it back then too. They were. IGN is part of the reason why there's that whole it's racist narrative to begin with, right? Because they're one of the ones who made the video. Like, what was it? How many years ago was it? Fucking 8 years ago, 10 years ago? I don't remember. But they made a video talking about how it was racist and problematic because that the character featured nothing but black zombies. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It takes place in Africa. And then they're like, yeah, but it shows bad. What was it that they said? It shows bad stereotypes about the African people and how they're all poor and they live in huts and all this shit. And I'm like, it's a game, my guy. Like, okay, so they're not saying by making this game in poor sections of Africa, they are not inherently saying that all Africans are like this. You're the one that is thinking that they're saying that if they release a game like that. You're the one that has that in your mind, and you're trying to project that onto Capcom. You know? It's like, what the fuck? What are we doing, bro? What? How? I don't know, dude. They're not? Yeah, I know, right? Listen, anyway. But my point is, like, it's always projection, right? So because the journalists and the gaming media believe something in their own mind that they never want to actually put out there, they'll project it onto other companies and they'll say, oh, you can't do this because if you do this, that's going to enhance certain stereotypes around African people. It's like, no, what it is that it's going to be a video game based in Africa that's going to have black zombies that are suffering from an affliction that your favorite characters are going to have to take care of. What the fuck are you like? Seriously? You have Shiva in the game. What are you complaining about? You know? But these are also the people that talk nonstop about supposedly media literacy and all that bullshit. So, take it with a grain of salt, right? Anyway, let's move on. Just to clarify, Resident Evil 5 is probably, I would be shocked if it gets remade. I was going to say it's never going to be remade, but never say never. but I'm going to say it's a 95% chance it's not going to be remade. And I would say it's probably 100% chance it's not going to be this year. I think they're absolutely going to redo Code Veronica and Zero, like this leaker is saying. I didn't really think they were going to do Zero. I thought they were definitely going to do Code Veronica, but they might do Zero as well. They'll do anything other than 5. That's what I really think is going to happen here. So we'll see what goes on with that. All right, let's move on. Guys, really quick, if you are looking forward to the League of Legends MMORPG, it is showing signs of life because they hired the former World of Warcraft lead producer to its roster for the MMORPG. It's been 5 years since the League MMO was first revealed and 2 years since Riot reset the entire project. But apparently now they're hiring somebody who was the lead producer on World of Warcraft, which might not necessarily be a good thing because we're going to talk about World of Warcraft in like 2 seconds. Not really 2 seconds. But anyway, who did they hire? Let's see. Riot has now added former World of Warcraft lead producer Raymond Bardos. Oh, I know that name. Raymond Bardos to its MMO development team. From my very first conversation with Riot, I immediately gravitated toward their values. Oh. He's like, I just want to vomit, bro. I just want to. Seriously, like, who fucking cares, bro? I immediately gravitated toward their values. The company that cares about my values. Shut the fuck up, bro. I don't care about if a company cares about my values. I only care if the company's going to pay me what I want them to pay me. That's all I fucking care. Anyway. Yeah, it's all corporate speak, obviously. We know that. We know that. Anyway. I was genuinely impressed by how clearly those values showed up throughout the interview. Oh, my God. Brown Noser, you're licking the balls of your new job. Brown Noser, bro, relax. It's not that serious. They're like, yeah, their values clearly showed in the interview process. Oh, my God. Bardos wrote on his LinkedIn. It made it obvious that kindness, respect, and care just aren't words here, but something the team truly lives by. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to join such an inspiring group of people. I can't wait to get started. Showing up every day to provide value for Riot gamers and help deliver an MMO experience players truly enjoy. So, I'll say this. It seems as if the MMORPG is not dead. It seems as if it is in active development, and League of Legends is working towards releasing their MMO. I will also say that Riot likes to expand. I will say that Riot is expanding their IP fairly well. You know, Riot, has dabbled in multiple different avenues of games. They have obviously, Valorant, and they also have the League of Legends fighting game that's coming out that looks okay for the most part. And now they're doing an MMORPG. So at least they're experimenting past the MOBA scene. But at the end of the day, nobody likes Riot games, right? Riot is just, when you want to talk about practices that are inherently anti-consumer, Riot Games is probably way up there on the list. And I understand at the end of the day, listen, I've always said if the game is free to play, you have no right to complain about anything that's microtransactions. And I will maintain that philosophy. But I'm going to bitch about it because, like, if you're charging $300, $400 for a fucking skin, I think that is anti-consumer. I think that's insane. I think that's extremely greedy. But people are paying it. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Let's continue. Really quick, I want to catch up on 2 super chats. We got Adair Soto with a 5. Did they forget that there was a female who's black in Resident Evil 5? They were also deleting the African zombies. It just wasn't one person. You talking about Shiva? Yeah, I mean, they don't really care. They really just don't care. Angel of Destiny with a 199. They will uglify Shiva. Mark my words. Probably. But so funny you say that. I mean, listen, Capcom, it depends. Capcom could be yes and no, depending, but depends how famous their IP is, right? Like, so if they're handling something that's truly super famous for them, they usually don't want to fuck with it. They made some nice looking waifus in Monster Hunter Wild, so I have faith that they won't uglify Shiva. But they definitely gonna make Chris fucking brawlic as hell. They have no problems making men look like men. You know, none of these developers have problems making men look like men. But then when it comes to women, it's like, we forgot how to do that. Speedy Cake with a 5. Honestly, I hope the next mainline Resident Evil game has Sherry and Wesker's son Jake team up on something. Are you talking about Requiem or are you talking about after Requiem? Demon Carol with a 2. Steam Deck just showed up. Now I wait for the... Yo, let's go. Let's go. Congratulations, man. That is awesome. Everybody give some clapping emojis for Demon Carol. Steam Deck just showed up. Let's fucking go. Good job. Good job. Then we got Draconic with a membership over on Rumble. Thank you, my good man. I appreciate you. Okay, let's continue. So let's get into... Oh, really quick. Sorry, one more fast story. There was an explosion at Rockstar Studios. Everybody was talking about it. At first, they thought it was a fucking like attack because of everything that's going down with Rockstar and apparently them union busting and firing people and all that bullshit, blah, 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 whatever. No, that's not what it was. The explosion had happened at Rockstar North's Edinburgh HQ's, basically headquarters, was essentially a response to structural damage that was caused by an exploding boiler. They had a boiler explode inside of Rockstar, which I'm sure must have been insane. And apparently they were alerted at 5:02 on Monday in the morning. Wow. So was nobody in the office? Oh, that must be very lucky. Operations Control mobilized 3 fire appliances and specialist resources to the scene where firefighters worked to secure structural damage at a commercial building. There were no reported casualties and crews left the scene at 9:21 a.m. Can you imagine if this boiler exploded when people were in the office? I think most people probably weren't there at 5:02 in the morning. I gotta imagine. That is fucking lucky, dude. That is extremely lucky. Holy shit. It took them 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4 hours to clean this shit up. Oh, them leaky pipes? Bro, that's crazy. That is extremely, extremely lucky. For a boiler to explode, I think it's very specific conditions. I mean, I suppose. But that's still pretty insane. It says, many thanks to those that reached out with concern and also the police and fire crews who were on the scene quickly to assess the situation. He said, everyone is well, and our studio remains open and operational. Imagine going to work in the morning after you found out that a boiler exploded. You're just like, do I have to? Can I work remotely today? Like, can I get this day off? No, apparently not. Apparently you got a fucking crunch right now because GTA 6 has to come out soon. Anyway, that's pretty funny. Very lucky, very insane. Also, last one before the World of Warcraft story. Marathon, ladies and gentlemen, officially has the release date and a price. A release date and a price. Marathon's release date is now official after Xbox accidentally spilled the beans. Yo, they really can't catch a break, bro. And nor should they. Sony sighs, throws up its hands, and says, yes, it is officially coming on March 5th. Right? So this game is officially coming out on March 5th, and it is going to be coming out to the glorious, glorious price that I myself predicted, and a lot of you guys also predicted. The glorious, glorious price of $40, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Marathon, March 5th confirmed. You can pre-order it on PC for Steam at $40, boys. $40. That's it. That's it. They want to be the next Arc Raiders. $40. They really do believe that they're going to be the next Arc Raiders. And you never know. Maybe there is a large market for people that want stolen artwork. Maybe there's a large market for people that love, neon green. Probably. But $40. So I feel like this is them officially announcing that they are trying to compete directly with Arc Raiders by being the same type of game. Well, it's first person, not third person, obviously. But same kind of gameplay, similar setup and everything like that, extraction shooter. And also being the same exact price as well. They're going to try to compete with Marathon. And, I mean, we can make our guesses. I always said that I think this game is going to have enough built-in Bungie fanboys that there should be at least a decent player base for them to start off with. But I just don't know how it's going to end. Because with Arc Raiders has continued to grow every single fucking month. It is unheard of. I have never seen a game do this ever. I don't think the same thing is going to be said about this particular game. Also, keep in mind, High Guard is supposedly releasing very soon, within like a week to a week and a half, And that game is supposed to be free, supposedly. So if High Guard is releasing in like a week and a half, and that is going to be about 2 months before this game releases, and then you also have Arc Raiders, which is growing. It's past like what, 11 million copies sold, maybe more than that. I don't know. Deco Leader says that Bungie drove its player base out. Yeah, Bungie drove its player base out, but Bungie still has some hardcore fanboys, man. I remember when I was making my videos, my initial videos about Marathon, talking about the official reveal when they showcased it for the first time. I was getting so many fucking comments, bro, from Bungie fanboys that are like, you guys are just trying to hate on Bungie. You're just mad because Destiny is so successful still. You're just mad about this. You're mad about that. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, you guys serious? You serious right now? This is what you're saying? But I don't take those comments seriously because I also got those comments from GTA fanboys that apparently were telling me that Mind's Eye was going to be the next greatest thing, and that I was so wrong about that game, and that it's going to come out and it's going to do massive numbers, and that I'm going to be coping and seething when it releases. I get all these kind of comments, bro. I don't pay attention to any of them. I barely respond to any of them anymore. It is all just bullshit. It's all people that are fighting their own fights, and they're trying to pass it off onto you. Mind's Eye changed the face of gaming forever. Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. That's definitely one way to put it. I don't know if you mean that in a positive way. But yeah, it definitely changed the face of gaming forever, for sure. Which, by the way, what is going on with that studio? I haven't even heard anything about it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Fuck them. It doesn't matter. All right, so that's it. So March 5th, $40. Now you guys know. For those of you that are super excited to play Marathon, you only got 2 more months to wait, and then you're going to have a grand old time. All right, let's talk about World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft. Man, wow. This is... You know, I want to preface this by saying this. So, World of Warcraft, in my opinion, is prepping for a console release. I really do believe that. I think that with the changes to the combat rotation, the one-button rotation kind of a thing that they got going on right now, and all the changes that they're making about add-ons, and they've been talking about this for a while. We've reported on this before, but now it's officially here. I think that they are definitely trying to gear up for a console release. I think that they probably believe that releasing this game on console will save this game. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do believe that that's probably in their mind. But World of Warcraft's combat UI mods are going to officially break with this week's pre-patch, marking an enormous change for the 20-year-old MMORPG. Now, for those of you guys that don't know about why this is such a big deal, when World of Warcraft released, the mods were always a thing, okay? And it's been that way till now. That is 20 years, right? Almost 20 years of something that has been part of your game that is now no longer going to be part of your game. That is huge. That is like unbelievably huge. You're talking about having to untrain the mindset of people who've been playing this game for 2 decades, because mods have been a part of this game. And if you were a PvEer, if you were a raider, hell, there's PvP mods, so it really doesn't even matter anyway. But it affected more PvE. If you were a PvEer, a raider of any guild that is worth its salt, right? They were almost always going to require you to download a certain amount of mods and to have it available for whatever raid that you were going to be doing at the time. Right? It was non-negotiable. You had to have the mods installed. It was ingrained in the culture of raiding in World of Warcraft, and it has always been that way. But this is going to be a big, big issue for a lot of people. Now, I know that they're obviously, listen, some of the more hardcore raid guilds, they're always going to adapt. They're always going to find a way. They're always going to train themselves on something else or whatever. But this is going to affect a lot of the more mid-tier to probably casual players that just utilize mods to do the work for them. Now, obviously, World of Warcraft and Blizzard state that they're going to be doing in-game changes to basically be similar to the combat UI mods, but they're going to be built into the game to try to make the transition to no mods be a little bit smoother. But I don't know how much smoother this is going to be. But anyway, this was announced a while back, and Blizzard decided that you shouldn't have to download a huge list of UI mods just to play at a competitive level with others, and will kneecap the ones related to combat in this week's patch. Depending on where you're reading this or when you're reading this, it might have already done it, given the patch launches on January 20th. Blizzard made an effort through rounds of beta testing and continuing conversations with add-on developers to try and thread the needle between functionality and form. Basically, the developer doesn't want add-ons to be required, but anything that's cosmetic can stay. This means obviously things like roleplay, map, and bag add-ons are all fine. It also means there's wiggle room in the combat add-on sphere for presentation, which is nice for customability, but it also means that certain accessibility features made by add-on creators over the years can be maintained, or so Blizzard hopes that that's the case. This also involves a lot of class redesign. Take the Outlaw Rogue, for example. Roll the Bones ability, for example. Outlaw Rogues are incredibly fast-paced class, but Roll the Bones saw you managing a set of different buffs that you had to memorize. Each did something entirely different and had its own priority that determined whether you're re-rolled buffs or not. It wasn't even a case of more buffs is better either. Some of these boosts were more valuable than others. I don't know what my buffs even did. Of course you didn't. Because actually making use of them was an if-then scenario, a decision a computer can solve pretty much immediately. I downloaded Weak Aura, which was an add-on that made an ugly noise and flashed a big blaring UI element when I needed to hit the button, and literally never looked back. So this journalist is a prime example of what a lot of World of Warcraft players are like, where they don't even know what their fucking skills do. They just download an add-on that tells them when to hit the skill, and then they do it. You see what I'm saying? Like that's actually a big fucking problem. But in any case, this is why I believe they're going or trying to go with a single button rotation, because I think they want to make it easier since they're removing the add-ons. And I also believe they want to eventually upload this to console. I really do. I think they absolutely want to upload it to console. At least he admits it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they have no problem admitting this stuff. So let's see. Even the pros use Weak Aura. I know they do. But the thing is, at least the pros know what their fucking skills do. You know what I'm saying? You could be a pro and use the add-on so that your timing is at its maximum, but at least you know what you're using. I feel like that's the big difference. On the other hand, I mourn custom Weak Aura to keep track of my fate-bound coin flips. Being able to handcraft entire UI elements to help keep track of your class's resources was rad as hell, even if it was time-consuming. I will miss my little pirate flag that popped out of my health bar whenever I got my lucky coin. Still, Blizzard also made efforts to cover up a lot of functionality with some of these add-ons tackled, and improved cooldown manager, updated nameplates, homegrown DPS meter, and more are all part of this update, which you can read about in the patch notes. So they finally added a DPS meter to the game of their own volition. So now World of Warcraft has I think, personally, listen, I know why some people don't like DPS meters. And I don't mean to call out some of those people, but a lot of people don't like DPS meters because it makes them feel inferior. It makes them feel like other people can realize how bad of a job they're doing. That's what it is. I'm not going to say that a DPS meter is needed, but I believe inherently, someone who has led raids before, I believe that it is 100% necessary. At least for the people who are running the raid. And you could call this elitism or you want. I'm perfectly fine with that. You can call it elitism. But if I see let's say if I see two rogues that are geared the exact same or nearly the same, and I see one rogue outperforming the other by like 50 fucking %, I think that that's a problem, right? I feel like you are clearly, like, if we have bosses that have DPS checks, for example, and there is a DPS that is not pulling their weight by a drastic margin, I feel like that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a huge problem. But you'll have other people, you'll have that rogue that is 50% less, and they'll be like, I hate DPS meters. And then you ask them, oh yeah, why is that? And then they won't give you an answer. They won't give you an answer. It's because they know that they're not pulling their fucking weight. Right? So DPS meters, I feel like, yes, there are people that absolutely use them for elitism. There are people that are dicks with them. There are people that they're like, I'm 3%, I'm the top of the charts. I want all the shit. I'm the top of the charts. I'm the best, like, fuck those people, right? But for the people that utilize DPS meters to see the performance of the raid and realize who are the weak links, I think that is huge. That is a huge deal, and that is the positive of DPS meters, right? There's negatives and positives with everything, right? These people are the real. I know. There's negative and positives for everything, and with a DPS meter, I think the positives outweigh the negatives, in my opinion. I also think that it does inherently form internal competition, which I've always advocated for. I've always advocated for competition. I like competing on things, right? And I feel like if you have a DPS meter for a raid, a 20-man raid, 40-man raid, whatever, then inherently there's going to be internal competition. And I'm okay with that. As long as it stays within friendly competition and not like, hey, you're being a dick, that's fine, you know? But in any case, let's continue. So it says, I do not envy the task that Blizzard got ahead of it, even if it's clearly done a ton of work to get the game's combat mostly add-on free. What we're going to see is a constant series of negotiations between what the community wants and what the studio's own capabilities are. We've seen some of that already with certain spells whitelisted for use with add-ons, either in preparation for changes Blizzard's not made yet or for concession's sake. Still, I've come around to the idea that my initial skepticism. I think this marks the start of a healthier WoW, even if our skin's going to sting for a bit when the Band-Aid was ripped off. Well, I mean, at this point, you're not ripping off a Band-Aid. This is 20 years of something going away. That's not a Band-Aid, bro. At this point, you're cutting your leg off. you got a leg installed, you know, and it was functional for 20 years, and now you got to get the leg fucking cut off again. Like, it's just that's a big deal to a lot of people. That's a lot of change. But you know, it is what it is at this point. So I'm very curious to see what this is going to do for a while. I'm also curious to see if my I guess you could say predictions of this game coming out on console with all these simplified add-ons, simplified DPS, simplified all that shit. I'm curious to see if this game is ever actually going to release on console one day. Never say never at this point. But, graphically speaking, it's very easy to run. So consoles can absolutely run it. It's just all about whether the UI is going to be functional or not. I'll be very curious to see that. We got Matt Fun and Cool with $1. Thank you so much. Speedy Cake with a 5. Take it with a grain of salt. I think Battlefield 6 second season might be starting tonight, as I had a few updates download that will install on the 20th at 5 p.m. Really? That's awesome. I gotta get back into that game, man. There's no time. There's literally no time. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what this is going to do for World of Warcraft. I actually didn't even know they were adding a DPS meter built in. I would have assumed, considering how World of Warcraft is and how their developers are, I would have thought they would have left it out. They didn't want the drama. But I think it's good that they're actually putting it in. Now, whether or not they make it an opt-in, opt-out thing, like imagine if the game has a DPS meter, but you can opt out of showing your information. I think that would be stupid. But I could also see them doing something like that. So, Shinfil says, personally, I think they tried to learn something from Final Fantasy 14. Yoshi P doesn't like add-ons, but he recognizes people like them and tries to incorporate the popular ones into the game. Well, fun fact, they've always said that when it comes to add-ons, they just don't want you to know that they don't want to know that you're using them, right? Like he kind of admits that people will use the add-ons, but he doesn't want to know that you're using it. And if at any point it becomes public that someone's using the add-ons, well, you're going to get in trouble for it. They don't even have a DPS meter in that game. And I feel like Final Fantasy severely needs a DPS meter because that game is very rotation heavy. I know they simplified it with some of the classes. Like you could, bro, oh my God. I'm not even going to lie. I used to shit talk a lot when playing on my Monk because Monk used to be one of the hardest DPS classes in the game by far. They definitely made it a little bit easier now compared to where it was before. But the Monk class was one of the hardest DPS classes to master in the game by far. Not only that, from a rotational standpoint, but from a movement standpoint, you had to ensure as melee that you weren't getting your ass kicked. A lot of bosses were anti-melee. And not only that, if you didn't know the tricks of the trade, then your Grease Lightning would fall off because Grease Lightning only lasted a certain amount of time. They now extended it, right? They extended it now. So now it's a lot easier to maintain that Grease Lightning stack. If they even have Grease Lightning anymore, I don't remember anymore, to be honest with you. But it was so difficult to maintain that Grease Lightning stack in a hardcore raid. But if you were good, you would know how to do it. And you would do the risk versus reward thing. You would take the risk to keep your Grease Lightning stack going so that when it's time to go back and beat up the boss, you had that stack and your auto attack timer was at its minimal, maximizing your DPS. Anyway, I'm nerd talking, but the latest expansion killed it for me. Could have finished the main story quest. Yeah, same here. I've talked about that so many times. But anyway, enough nerd talk. Basically, they are all doing this. They're simplifying these games, but I think specifically World of Warcraft absolutely will release on console at some point in time, especially since they're taking a lot of influence from Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 stole a lot of their lunch, so I can see it. Hold on. Had to cough. I can see that happening. So, all right, let's X out of this. I think, let me see. I think that's it. Holy shit. Yeah, we got through everything, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to you. Really quick, there's 500 plus of you watching between YouTube and Rumble. Thank you guys so much. You guys are legendary. Go watch my video that I released the other day. I would greatly appreciate it. It's about Steam and the AI changes and whatnot. I'm going to link it in the chat right now. If you're not going to stay with us for the Waifu Battle, then go watch that. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you support that video. I'm going to link it right here. Here you go. Go watch that. We are not at tier 1 or at tier 2 for that matter. So we're going to go into the Waifu Battle and hope for the best. And if you're not going to join us, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Is it over? Yes, it's over. Go watch that video if you haven't seen it yet. And in the meantime, we're going to have a legendary Waifu Battle because I'm bringing back somebody who's, let's just say she's got some interesting ties. That's all I'm going to say. She's got some interesting ties. All right, here we go. All right. The Waifu Battle is here. All right, boys. So if you guys missed the last Waifu Battle, we crowned a new champion. We crowned a new champion. And I think a lot of you guys are going to like this particular champion because otherwise you wouldn't have voted for her. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, in celebration of Requiem coming out soon, Ada Wong from Resident Evil is the Waifu Battle champion. That's right. Ada fucking Wong is the Waifu Battle champion. TJAP says we're 2906 from tier 1. Thank you, TJAP. I appreciate that. So with all that being said, let's get into the rules of engagement before we bring out the challenger that is going to go up against Ada Wong. Rule number 1, all super chats during the Waifu Battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way that they are going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You gotta put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count. It does not matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact and you put the name of the waifu that you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2, you could vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Ada Wong, or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen is going to be the one that counts, so please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? We do not understand the rules. All right, boys, listen, I had to bring back a big hitter. I did. I had to bring back a big hitter. And this particular waifu, okay, she has some connections, all right? She's a waifu that you wanted me to bring in when Hinata was still the champion. Maybe that's, too much of a hint. But it's somebody you guys requested during that time. And I think it's time to bring her back and see how she performs against Ada Wong. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger that's going to go up against Ada Wong is going to be none other than the one and the only Lady Tsunade, ladies and gentlemen. God damn, look at her. Holy shit. Mods, get ready to count. Everybody, the names are going to be on the bottom. We're going to have Ada Wong as the champion. And we're going to call her Lady Sue. Just for easier spelling. Whoops. I misspelled it. Hold on. Oh, God. I put Tsunada. Oh, man. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Is that Sakura's mom? Listen, don't ask questions. MILFs are allowed here. It's okay. She's technically a grandma, though. But that's okay. That's okay in this scenario. It's not a problem. Not a problem. Let's go. We got Alucard with a 2. Lady Tsunade, the Guild of My Dreams, bricked. Absolutely bricked. Mega bricked. Silver Bullet like it with a 5. Ada Wong, something Wong if the other woman wins. Really? You're that much against Lady... Really? I don't think so. Mr. Melancholy with a 5 saying Tsunade, Queen of the Watermelons, the shape and the curves. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Torinol with a 2 on Rumble says Wong. Anything else is wrong. Makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. BioT Wolf with a 5 saying Tsunade, she cures viruses. Ada gives them to you. Damn, BioT Wolf said that Ada Wong got the infections. That's crazy. Dragon with a 2 says, Lady Tsunade, I want to slap the bottom. Gilfs. Makes sense. Appreciate you, Dragon. Thank you so much for that. So far, who's winning? Looks like Lady Tsunade's winning. Barely, though. Barely. We got Trey Burkhalter with a 5. Tifa, fuck your rules. This Gilf is underage. Thought I outtroll the idiots. How is this Gilf underage? That doesn't make any sense. What the fuck? Our cuz with the 5 membership. Banger. Shout out to our cuz. In the middle of the waifu battle. What a legend. That officially gets us to tier 1. Now we are fighting to get to tier 2. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. The Mervoth with a 2. Ada. Can we fuse him? Or is that Wong of me? It's pretty Wong of you. That's Wong. Crash Collins with a 10 on Rumble for Ada Wong. Thank you, Crash Collins. Dead Eyes Lock with a 2 for Tsunade. Thank you, Dead Eyes Lock. We got Denarier on Rumble with a 5 saying Lady Tsunade, even though her punch is scary, still would prefer Kakashi or Asuma Sensei. Of course you would. You know, I am not surprised you would want Kakashi. Why am I not surprised, bro? Denarier, seriously, why am I not surprised? We got ACC 75 with an NOK 20. Tsunade caused a tsunami in my pants. That makes sense. Ron DFK with a 2. Lady Tsunade, she made me tsunami. 2 people with the same comment right after each other. That's interesting. All right, boys. Lady Tsunade's coming off screen. Listen, Ada Wong's not going down without a fight, boys. She's not going down without a fight. We got her looking classic right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Ada Wong or is it going to be Lady Tsunade? Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. We got Trey Burkhalter with a 2. Jill. Too many Wong numbers. Man, you know, Trey's definitely the ultimate Joker, for sure. The ultimate Joker. Silver Brother like it with a 5. Ada Wong. Something is Wong with this chat. You got to get him, man. Mr. Melancholy with a 2. Tsunade, you know she has a back. She has a back, all right. Deku Leader says, not a single Red Boy Hyperbanger today. Nope, this might be the first stream where we don't play any clips. That's like, what, a few... So far, we got most of the votes being for Lady Tsunade. Most of the votes. Let's see how this goes. Anything can happen right now. It's too quiet. Well, I can't do anything about being too quiet. Mervoth with a 2. Ada as a Resident Evil 9. She's a GILF now. Wait, so this is GILF versus GILF? Do I understand that correctly? We got Dragon with a 2. Ada. It was Wong for Capcom. Didn't include in Resident Evil. Very sad. Zombie Hunter with a 4 and a 9. Ada Wong, of course. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we got a lot of Ada Wong votes out of nowhere. Hold on, wait, what's going on? What's going on here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is it a comeback? Silver Brother Like It with a 10. Ada Wong, my Resident Evil waifu number 2. Is that Wong of me to think that? Not necessarily. Who's the number 1, though? That's what I'm curious about. Who's the number 1? Is it Jill? Yeah, I guess it's GILF versus GILF. Yeah, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. We got Mervoth with a 2. Ada, she was born in 1974. She'd be 52 now. 52. Holy shit. We got Mr. Melancholy with a 2. Tsunade for front and back storage. What do you mean by that? I obviously know what you mean by that. Super Bullet Like It with a 5. Ada Wong, my number 1 is Clear Redfield, but Ada is a close second. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. ACC with an NOK 20. Tsunade perks up my Wong. Boing, oing, oing, oing. Bro, that's crazy. Fighter 4 dropping a $20 banger for Tsunade. Did someone go bang, ding, ow? She could fix that. Shout out to Fighter 4. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much. Legendary. All right, we're taking Ada Wong off the screen. And now it's time for the final countdown. Who is it going to be? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Holy shit.
Oh my God, boys. Wow. Guys, that wasn't a chair shot. That was a murder. That was a straight up murder, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck? All right. Well, obviously we hit tier 2. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for saving tier 2. Again, that is 233 in a row. Unbelievable. True Aztec Warrior snuck this $2 in for Tsunade. Absolutely counts. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate that. Trey the Joker Berghalter with a $200 Red Boy Hyper Banger says Tsunade reminds me of plane crash. Pilot name Something Wang, co-pilot Wee Too Low, navigator Holy Fuck, and Dang Ding Owl with Warhammer Red. Bro. Yeah, I swear to God, bro. Trey is next level. Wait, how come you didn't say fuck the rules? That's like, if you're going to give a red boy, you're supposed to say fuck the rules. What happened with that? Shout out to Trey Burkholder, $200 red boy hyperbanger. I'll get on those clips in 1 second. And then we got this legend, BioT Wolf, with a $100 red boy hyperbanger for Lady Tsunade. At least she loved Jiraiya and regrets not being with him. Ada just leaves you to sell a mess to try to clean. Stunner. Bro, I think BioT Wolf and Trey just like combo fused together to kill this lady. Holy shit. In Minecraft YouTube. Holy shit. That is insane. Shout out to BioT Wolf with the $100 red boy hyper. And then Crash Collins over on Rumble with a $20 banger. Says Ada Wong, nothing wrong with that. I appreciate that, Crash Collins. That was a good one too. I appreciate that. Legendary. All right. Mods are going to count it up in the meantime. We're going to start off with BioT Wolf. I don't think he said, what did he want? Like, what clips you want, BioT Wolf? I need to know, man. I need to know what clips you want, man. BioT Wolf, what are we doing? Trey Burkhalter with a 5. Sometimes you got to remind people why you fear the Joker and fuck your rules to expect me to say fuck your rules. Thank you, Trey. I appreciate that. Speedy Cake with a 2. Outbreak 1.5. It needs remakes before Code Veronica. Bro, at this point, don't worry. You're gonna get every remake other than Resident Evil 5. You don't got to worry about it. I can guarantee you that. All right, BioT Wolf says he wants some elves. Let's get it going. The first clips of the night goes to BioT Wolf.
All right, boys, we got another red boy hyper banger. Let's bring the ladies in.
Shout out to BioT Wolf, absolute legend. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much for that, you absolute fucking legend. And then we got Trey Burkhalter, who wants Warhammer girls and redheads. Consider it done. Let's make it happen.
It's a red boy hyper banger, bitches. Let's bring the ladies in.
Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Trey. I appreciate that, man. Absolutely fucking legendary. $200 Red Boy Hyper Banger. Insane. Super Bullet liking for a 5. This is why I don't take part of the waifu battles anymore. The ones I pick always lose. An Uggo blonde somehow beat a hot Asian bae. Something is wrong. Gotta keep trying, man. Alucard with a 5. You say you want him out of the Ray Do Blackstreet. You gotta fuck. Bro, stop. Stop it. All right, the numbers are in, ladies and gentlemen. We got Lady Tsunade with $352.98. What an absolute blowout. Against Ada Wong, the enigmatic Chinese spy, at $69.99. That is amazing that Ada Wong ended at $69. You guys should be proud of yourselves. You guys should be proud of yourselves on that one. $69.99 is insane. Holy shit. But at the end of the day, that means the winner and the new Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only and the better GILF, according to the Waifu Battle. Lady Tsunade, ladies and gentlemen, holy shit, we have a winner. Let's do it one more time, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. And for those coping and seething in the back,
you are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it for the Waifu Battle. Ladies and gentlemen, Lady Tsunade is going to go backstage where she will face off against another waifu tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Do not miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Come hang out with us, and hopefully you have a good time. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this stream. I think we are fully caught up on everything. Let me just double check over on Rumble. We do have a gifted game that I want to give a quick shout out to. Where is it at? Let me see really quick. Let me see if I can log in. Here we go. Quick shout out to the legend, Miss Bella Games. I didn't get to do this yesterday because I didn't see the gifted game yesterday, but she gifted to the channel. Where is it at? Right here. Miss Bella Games says, saw this on your wish list. It's one of my favorite science type survival games and done by a team of 2 people, no less. Enjoy terraforming. She gifted the Planet Crafter, which I appreciate. Thank you so much, Miss Bella Games. That is awesome. I can't accept it on this screen. I got to go on the back end to accept it, but thank you so much, Miss Bella Games. Just want to make sure you got your recognition. That was very nice of you. You didn't have to do that, but you did. Thank you so much. And then Trey is going crazy. Absolutely laughing. Thank you, Trey, for the 2. I appreciate it. All right, boys. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you again for liking, commenting, spamming the chat, super chatting, gifting memberships, doing everything. I appreciate it. And shout out to the Hypno Mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you as well. And I will see all of you tomorrow on the next stream. Until then, stay to the end for the raid and go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you can't.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina.
Vagina. Vagina.
Put a ticket in Maker Gang. Fuck Indiana Jones, put a ticket in Maker Gang. Fuck Baby Gang, put a ticket in Maker Gang. It means put a chicken in it we eat and make her fucking gang. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! 'Cause that's all we fucking know! 'Cause we're boring! We're so fucking Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.